What's up, guys? Welcome back to another video, the final video of the day. This is day 3 of reactions. I'm going to assume it's probably going to take, due to the fact that these videos get longer and longer as the numbers get smaller and smaller, I'm going to say it's going to take me at least 7, if not 8 total days to get through this list. We're on day 3 and we've already made it down to 53 on the list, so that's a fucking good effort. Today we look at Mike Evans, wide receiver for the Bucks, number 53 on the list of the top 100 players in 2023. What I'm going to do is have a look at his Wikipedia page, run through his stats. I mean, we already know he's 1,000 yards. I think he's got 1,000 yards every single year he's played. And I believe that's either 7 or 8 seasons in a row. That is unfucking heard of. The guy's 6'5". He'd make a really, really good winger in the game of rugby, but we're going to wait to make judgment on that one. That'll be the final piece of this puzzle, will be to place him in a rugby team. He'd probably play lock, to be honest with you. He'd probably play lock. It's either going to be wing, centre, or lock. Only time will tell. Let's have a look at his wiki, let's watch the video, and then let's get into placing him in a rugby team. Alright. Now, I do this every single year, and every single year I am just absolutely blown away by not only how many Mike Evans there are out there playing professional sport, but more importantly, just how many yards and how consistent this motherfucker has been. 4.53 for the 40-yard dash, 37 inches on the vertical, 12 reps on the bench press, 21. I mean, you just got to take a look at a photo like this. Look at his length. He has length for days. He looks young as there. That must be like, what, 2016, 17, something like that. Either way, we continue. He is a Super Bowl winner. What a season that was to follow. Just incredible to see Tom Brady, come to the Bucks and produce a Super Bowl in his first year. I mean, it was just, I'm so blessed to say that I followed that season. But we move on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 9 seasons in a row he has over 1,000 yards. This will go down in history as being just simply unmatched. Through 9 seasons, 137 games, 10,425 receiving yards. He's rushed the ball once in his career for 10 yards in 2021. He missed 3 games in 2019, still reached 1,000 yards. He missed 2 games last year and still reached 1,000 yards. I mean, that stat sheet, for a guy who loves stats, that is absolutely unbelievable. 9 seasons. Okay. He's 6'5", 29 years of age, went to Texas A&M, got picked up in the first round of the 2014 draft with pick number 7. He's played at the Buccaneers his entire career, which I really, really enjoy. I love that. And he has literally a fucking laundry list of Buccaneers records, but as far as NFL records, youngest player with 200 or more yards in a game at 21 years of age. Youngest player to have 6 seasons of 1,000 receiving yards. Youngest player to have 5 seasons of 1,000 receiving yards. Youngest player to reach 6,000 receiving yards. Youngest player to reach 7,000 receiving yards. And the most consecutive seasons of 1,000 yards receiving to begin a career with 9. Let's get into the video. This should be fun.
Guys who are lucky to touch 1,000 yards 2-3 times in their career, and I don't believe he's had a year where he hasn't touched it.
You would be correct, Mr. Garrett. And consistent he is.
He's one.
How can you be more consistent than that? 1,000 yards a year and the exact same number 2 years in a row.
The top receivers in the league. So going against him, you get a feel for like what is.
Bro, he's 6'5". There's no cornerbacks out there at 6'5". If you are a cornerback at 6 foot or under, and you're coming up against a guy called Mike Evans, you better have fucking springs in your shoes.
Like going against one of the best. Iron sharpen iron.
Evans has the big time game, and Mike Evans runs.
He's a veteran. He's a veteran now. He's seen it all before, which just adds to his game. He's still only 29.
Right past.
Mike Evans was once again Mike Evans. It was his 9th season in a row with over 1,000 yards receiving.
Bit of a jump cut into a spin.
Mike should be in the top 100 for sure. Just how consistent he is year in and year out, and shoot, even this year he go out there and put up sneaky numbers, and he go out there and do his thing. Big, tall, physical receiver.
Ow. See, I'm thinking, I'm watching all these plays, right, and he quite willingly gets taken out to the sideline because it's a stop of play. You know, the chains get moved and they continue for another play. But in rugby, if he had have caught that ball, you know, run to the sideline and gets taken out, it's a turnover. The ball gets given to the other team. So I want to see this guy initiate contact and try and stay in field for an extra few yards, because that's what you have to do in rugby.
Falling down, one hand, touchdown.
Even going up against him in practice, he's tough to cover because first off, he's big and he's long. He uses his arms extremely well by just swiping defenders off of him, and he catches everything. Man, Mike, he's a threat, man. Like, that's a guy you got to double every time you're out there on the field. You got to know where he's at.
Evans is now the Buccaneers' career leader.
Woo! Shakes a couple, shakes and bakes, and gets in for the touchdown. Now that type of move, having an eye for the end zone, I mean that'd work well in a rugby field, but he'd have to have placed that ball down on the grass inside the line. It's a little bit different in rugby. There's a little bit more to it to score points, but still.
And it is caught by Mike Evans for a Tampa first down.
See, now the cool thing about rugby, he'd take that catch, right? It would have to be a backwards pass or a kick. I'm going to say, okay, the ball's been kicked forward, he's run along the sideline as a left winger, caught the ball, the defenders have gone flying, he's getting back up, and he can keep running. That's the great thing about rugby. But in saying that, he'd have 13 other players trying to come across and take him down. Yeah, just two different games.
On ball, Mike Evans makes a great grab.
Okay, I'm going to say he tried to initiate contact there, or at least tried to display some dominance.
I think he loves.
He's just a catch machine. Did he average over 10 yards per reception? He hasn't had a season where he's got over 100 receptions. So he's always averaged at least, 14 yards per reception. So that thought of mine is absolutely unfounded
more than open
and unfair. Sorry, Mike.
It sets a tone and it sends a message like, no matter if you're on my hip, I'm going to.
I mean, that just goes back to what he is. Consistent.
Touch this anyway.
Mr. Consistency.
Well, the one throw he had with Mike is Dallas, when Mike actually just, reached out for it with one hand.
Yeah, I remember watching that. I think that was in the playoff game, but they didn't get the win.
I was just like, wow. Like, he only put that in the area where Mike could only get it.
That's sick. Those gloves are sick. Something about that Nike tip.
An incredible football player. It's been a blast, for me. It's been incredible being teammates with Mike.
Yeah, Tristan Wirfs came into the league and had Tom Brady at the helm in his first year. Won a Super Bowl in his first year. What a career he's had thus far. But what a career Mike Evans has had. And look, I'm just going to call him Mr. Consistency from now on. And I'm going to be backing him to get another 1,000 yards. And if he doesn't, I'll cry. I really will, because, you want to see that continue. But if he did retire today, he would have a Hall of Fame career, no doubt in my mind. He's got 81 career touchdowns, 10,425 receiving yards, career receiving yards. He's a Hall of Famer in the making. And if I had to put him in a rugby team, I'm not gonna go the expected route. I'm actually going to put him in the forwards. I feel like he would be an absolute dynamite lock. Okay, he's got enough height, enough length to go up and get that ball. But the way that locks are playing these days, you think of Brodie Retallick and the likes, they have a fair amount of opportunities to run with the ball as well. And I think Mike Evans would be the complete package as far as a lock's concerned. He'd have to put in a few hits on defense, but as far as his running game, I reckon he could really open up the field. I think he could be a really effective support runner, get those little pop passes and make a break for himself, and cut back on the inside, outside, spin, whatever he wants to do to break the tackle. I feel like Michael Lynn Evans III would be an incredible lock. Whether he wears number 4 or 5 is completely up to him. That's where I'd place him. Where would you place him? He's a little bit he's too tall for any other position. You know, even on the wing, I feel like we've had too many wingers. I feel like I've placed too many wide receivers or cornerbacks in the position of wing. We need more forwards. We need more locks. And Mike Evans, you, my friend, are playing lock. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you tomorrow. This has been an incredible day of reactions. I've really enjoyed it. And we will start tomorrow, day 4 of reactions, off with number 52, Jonathan Allen. And I believe at number 51, we've got Aaron Rodgers. So it's going to be an interesting day. It's going to be a fun day. I'm thinking tomorrow I want to get down to at least number 40. And if we can go into the 30s, that'll be a real success. Let's go, Mike. Can he make 10? Can he do it? Can he do the impossible? The seemingly impossible? 10 seasons in a row with over 1,000 yards. Only time will tell. But I back him. And I'm going to be backing him the entire year. You know, it's the Florida teams that I back, right? Jacksonville, Tampa Bay, Miami. Those are the 3 teams I'm going to be following this year. And Mike Evans, as an individual player, you've got my vote. You've got my vote for success. Thanks for watching, guys. And I'll see you tomorrow.